Greetings, this is Mr. Swan from Mr. Swan's Steam Machine, and I am going to talk to you today about two tools actually, that are incredibly helpful. As an educator, these educational technology tools can prove to be invaluable. So I'm going to try to go over the ins and outs of Edpuzzle and of Quizizz. So to start off, let's talk about Edpuzzle. So Edpuzzle allows you to take videos and add questions and other interactive elements to the video. I do use a lot of videos in my class. I am a engineering and technology teacher in middle school, and so a lot of the software and the programs and the curriculum in general is oftentimes new to my students, and so I have found that the in-class flipped classroom, I think is how it's referred to. I don't really do a lot of true flipped classroom work, whereas the student is at home doing homework. Because I'm a connections teacher, I generally just don't have too much homework, but I do the in-class flipped classroom all the time. Oftentimes I'll introduce something, they will go to their computer seats, and then they will watch videos, not too much, maybe one or at a maximum two class period, and then I will go around and assist students as they need. I have some videos out on YouTube. Some of you may or may not know that already, and I don't always use them in my classroom because YouTube is blocked at my school, but in any case, I do use them and I'm constantly adding to them. And a really cool feature is in Edpuzzle is you can get an extension. If you note right here, I have installed it already. And so when you go to videos out on the web, I'm going to use this one to begin with. And you click on the link. Edpuzzle now has, so this is our song. I now have the option to, it adds this feature in your browser to where you can click and start editing that puzzle, that video in Edpuzzle. And keep in mind that this is available to any video that's out on YouTube, not just yours. Click on Edit with Edpuzzle and it gets you started, and you are ahead of the game. I mean, you're already there, ready to go, and to cut it up and add your interactive elements along the way and assess maybe what they're getting, what they're not getting. Allows you to add the questions here and add voiceover here. So in a nutshell, what is Edpuzzle great at? What are its strengths? Its strengths are editing your files. So I'm using my personal videos, and for the most part I have done some editing. However, as a teacher, and you all probably can relate, there's never the perfect file. So there's always some annotations, edits, cuts that you may want to make. But where it really comes in handy is when you're doing that for other people's files. So when you find something on Edpuzzle, YouTube, Khan Academy, you can make edits, cuts, annotations that don't exist. They are creating content for a much different reason than you are consuming the content. So, it's just a good way to mitigate that transition. There's also the ability for you to grade things, to add and invite students to classes where they can collaborate on various things, which is another huge 21st century skill. Students do enjoy working in and with Edpuzzle. The second educational technology tool that I want to introduce is Quizizz. And I just like saying that word, say it, Quizizz. It's fun to say. And it kind of explains very much what it does. It allows you to give quizzes, but it's a little more exciting. I mean, let's be honest, quizzes aren't very exciting now, are they? Well, they are with Quizizz. Okay, so you're looking at the dashboard of my personal Quizizz account. So, as you can see, there is a library where it holds quizzes that you've created. You can access reports. You can access your classes and add them easily or not. To be honest with you, most of the time I just do live quizzes, but it still saves all that information. You just need to instruct your students to, how you want them to name themselves, because that can be a little tricky at times. And then you can also set it up. Edpuzzle and Quizizz, you can set it up for asynchronous sessions to be done during, outside of class. You just have to have due dates associated with them. A very intuitive way and easy way to administer quizzes. But what I want to show you all, what I really like the most, and I am a geek, I admit it completely, but my students love memes, and I really try to make my classes fun and engaging as much as possible. And quizzes, as I mentioned earlier, are not fun at all. I don't like quizzes either, but it's an important part of education. So I like to incorporate memes, and that's something that's really cool and engaging and fun that Quizizz uses. You can use pre-made meme libraries or sets or whatever they're called, and I often do that. I often just randomize it, but you can also create your own. So I'm going to really show off my work here. We've got various memes that I have created here that I oftentimes use as well with mine. And I will admit I had way too much fun making these memes. In any case, this is just another great tool that gives you great data. I mean, we're all about data-driven results, data-driven instruction. If not, you should be. That's something that an administrator, got into my brain early on in my teaching career, is that data-driven results are important. My county, my district is really big on data-driven results. So here you have data at your fingertips. So, and again, it's fun and engaging for your students as well, which is another big part of teaching. Quizizz is really a lot more fun. To me, to be honest with you, it's a lot more fun than Edpuzzle. But Edpuzzle is great because you can assess. It gives you different ways to assess through questions, multiple choice. You can add audio notes or just regular notes. You could add links to supporting pages, information. There's a lot that you can do with these tools. Edpuzzle is really great at is just assessing and you having a quick and easy way to see that data and that feedback that they're giving you. Quizizz also great with data. It's fun in regards to the memes, and it does have a gaming aspect to it as well. Quizizz, that is, in that when you are playing, you're competing. There's a leaderboard, and I always make a big deal about that. I'm kind of emceeing the competition. So, and they really oftentimes get into that. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed and learned a little bit more about these educational technology resources. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a message.